Another way that you can engage in GeoAI or AI, artificial intelligence through GIS is with the Business Analyst Web app, Business Analyst Web app from Esri. With the administrator of the ArcGIS Online account that you are working in, having allowed users in that account to use the, as you can see here, this tool right here, the generative AI assistant, you have access to these sorts of things. You have access to, for example, entering a prompt. I think it's a huge paradigm shift in GIS. Explore some income inequality in Los Angeles County. And that's the default. I'm going to change this to Texas. Now, the reason why I think this is a paradigm shift is because think of the standard workflows in GIS for decades now. You had to know where all the tools and buttons and that sort of stuff was. And now you can use these Gen AI assistants, for example, here in Business Analyst Web app, which is part of the ArcGIS platform, and then say, oh, I'm going to enter a question and it suggests, here you can run a report. I'm going to select color-coded map, create color-coded map of the ratio of income inequality. It's going to build me a list of custom variable categories. But the idea is you've got a question in mind. You don't necessarily need to know nowadays where all those tools are. Now, you still need to understand your data. You still need to understand what different tools allow you to do and how to interpret those. So your brain is still important here. However, this, I think, represents a large paradigm shift in what we should teach, how we should teach GIS, how we should engage students in using GIS, and also decision makers are going to have a much easier time because they'll be able to enter these kinds of prompts. So now I'm going to say I want congressional districts on the left side. It gives me suggestions on how do I change the analysis extent, and also, hey, a video on how to create a color-coded map or a choropleth map, show the tip, and then it highlights things in the graphical user interface or GUI that here's where I can go to change the analysis extent. So now I'm going to look at entering Dallas County because now I want to change my analysis extent to Dallas County. Again, I'm showing you some tools here and some workflows in the Business Analyst Assistant inside Business Analyst Web app, which is a SaaS-based software as a service, nothing to install. It's part of the ArcGIS family of tools. Now I'm going to change the level of detail to zip codes for Dallas County now. And I started this whole process with a prompt using the assistant. Now you can use the assistant or you can not use the assistant. You don't have to use the assistant. You can certainly choose variables from the graphical user interface, which is our standard workflow over time. But now, I want to change the map colors. How do I do that? How do I change the style? So it highlights things, again, in the GUI that allows you to dig deeper, ask deeper questions, use the tools to help you make a smarter decision about patterns, relationships, trends, and then leading to action, which has always been the appeal to using GIS. It leads to action. In this case, let's look at income inequality, and now we're going to look at community centers. So I'm going to change the color here because maybe I didn't know where the color changing, style changing thing was, and being able to use these prompts. Now I'm going to change the prompt now to, let's do this. Let's say, okay, now that I've got Dallas County, some variables here, 2024 income inequalities. Now let's change this. I'm going to use the assistant once again, and I'm going to say add a POI or point of interest. What kind of POI do I want? I want to add a POI, and I'm going to look for community centers. Community centers. Okay, now I'm going to get community centers on my map. Maybe I want to do some sort of analysis with income inequalities versus where the community centers are. Okay, what kind of community centers are they? Again, understanding the data, where it comes from. It's automatically clustering the community centers, so I can see 15 in central Dallas right there. It's clustering them so it won't overpopulate or overclutter the map. I can change that if I don't want clustering. If I can change the symbology in there quite easily. So now I've got the community centers as well as these colors representing income inequalities. Again, understand your data, know what data is trustworthy, know how you can understand what scale it was created at, the year it was created, who created it, why it was created, and so on. Now I can pan across here, and these pop-ups give me the ratios color-coded here, as you can see on the map. How did I generate that? Again, I use the Assistant, Business Analyst Assistant inside ArcGIS Business Analyst Web app. All right, let's restart that assistant and let's ask an even deeper question here, or a further question. Again, think of the workflows that require you to understand exactly where tools are buried inside a GIS package. And AI can help you navigate through those waters and cut the time required to do some analysis that leads to, how about childhood and female equity? Interesting. So we've got all kinds of interesting variables here at our fingertips. Let's go ahead and run that for Dallas County in the extent here. And now I'm going to say I want a report about equality. And I'm going to use the assistant. So this is just one of many infographics that you can generate. If you don't like this, you can regenerate this based on different, you can see that they're all interactive, every one of these little cells. So you can query it, you can change it, you can customize your own infographic. This is absolutely fascinating. And again, I think it touches on a paradigm shift in GIS. Learn more. Teach me how to. How do I rank and score sites? Learn how to, and it'll point me to some videos. So these assistants also guide you to learning more. Learn how to create a story map now out of this data. How do I do that? Let's say I've never made a story map before. I'm going to be pointed to some tutorials and videos on how to make a story map. So just lightly touching some toes into the waters of these assistants, I think is quite powerful indeed. I hope you have found this to be valuable. I encourage you to use these tools, ask questions, understand data, make a positive difference in your community through these tools, and that's what applying spatial thinking through geographic information systems is all about. In this case, Business Analyst Web app, part of the ArcGIS family of products, part of the ArcGIS platform from Esri. Thanks for being with me.